Yeah, you heard it, didn't you? It only took Bukayo Saka 7 minutes to score his 10th goal of the season. A dream return from 3 months, which he was out obviously injured. Not all joy though for Arsenal, sadly. Defender Gabriel pulled up after just 16 minutes, where Jurriën Timber could only limp through until the 77th minute, and what could be a headache, well, it will be a headache, a massive headache, ahead of Real Madrid next week. Joining us now is two-time league champion of Arsenal, former captain David O'Leary. David, a very good morning. How are you this morning, David?
Morning.
Morning, Ali, and morning, Dean. Good to speak to you both. Lovely morning here.
Oh, beautiful morning, David. Thanks for taking the time to join us. We'll move straight on to Arsenal. A great comeback, obviously, for a player that's been, without doubt, missed, Bukayo Saka. However, has that been kind of glossed over by the bad news to the injury to the two players we've just mentioned?
Ali, I only seen highlights. I had the pleasure of listening to your co-commentary again last night, which was excellent, and I really mean that.
Thank you.
On the highlights, it's great to have Saka back, and the icing on the cake, yes, it gives a great boost to the crowd. He scores a goal, gives everybody a lift. But the two very important players, particularly Gabriel, who has been outstanding at the back, that hamstrings, and they can take a while, so that puts him in a big doubt, and Timber the same way. And when you go up against Real Madrid, no matter how much of a good squad you have, you need your top players out there to play against the top teams.
Yeah, Dave, do you think they can keep a clean sheet against, obviously, the front three of Vinicius Jr., Mbappe and Rodrigo? Do you think they can, that without Gabriel, they can keep the ball out their net?
I think it becomes very difficult, Dean, and particularly Timber, who's been an excellent player as well. When you play the calibre of what you're going to be playing against, and the strength of Real Madrid is, they can kill you in a matter of a few minutes. You can be dominating the game. You think you're playing well, you think you're on top, but any of those individuals up front can take the game away from you, and that's the problem.
It's a funny one, David. I said earlier on in the programme, I'm not sure whether you agree, but I'll ask you the question. I think for all the wonderfully talented players that Arsenal have in forward areas, whether it's Saka and Odegaard, and they genuinely do have, I actually think probably the most important part of their team could be the relationship between those two centre-backs and the goalkeeper.
The two centre-backs particularly, Ali, they've been absolutely outstanding, so consistent for the last two seasons. They're the best pair. I mean, you look at Forest last night, and the two lads they've got, outstanding defenders. I think the two Arsenal got are just maybe a bit more classier on the ball than them in that way. But those two pairings of the Forest pair and the pair that Arsenal got, they've been very, very consistent, particularly this season.
I'll tell you what was a plus point last night. Martinelli's form seems to be back to, he seems as if he's took a house off his back. He's going at people, and he got a couple of brilliant bits of skill. Maybe Saka coming back has helped him as well.
Dean, you've got two players there who, if they're on form, they work hard, they get back when you lose the ball, and then when you have it, there are two people that can do a lot of damage. And Martinelli, I don't think he's been playing with a great deal of confidence. If you get him back at this time for the run-in, particularly with the Champions League, that can only be a plus, because he's an outstanding lad and he gives everything for the team, and that's why everybody wants him to see him do well.
David, before we let you go, Leeds United, surely not, mate.
Ali, don't tempt. I ran into Eddie Gray there last week, and
he's one of my favourite people on the planet, Eddie. David, he really is.
Lovely lad. And another fella who was singing your praises, Ali. Aiken was telling me about Dubai. I won't go into it. And again, to clarify, Ali, he suggested breakfast this time, and I picked the tab up, so everything is good.
Brilliant. And I gave my goal for Big Roy over.
He said you weren't taking the club back enough, Ali, and he put you right, he said.
Quite frankly, David, I'm not sure he did. It's the first time I've ever had to play 18 hole with shin pads on, I can tell you that.
Oh, God, honestly, you didn't deserve that, Ali, but he was in good form last week and he was singing your praises.
Smashing, David. Listen, look after yourself, and thanks again for taking the time to join us this morning, mate.
Thanks, Dave.
We'll catch up soon.
Pleasure. Take care, you too.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.